Awesome. Let me see if I can get my Instagram going. Okay. Is that live? Let's see. All right. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. We're just getting situated. So thank you guys for being here and joining us. I am with a dear friend, Lindsay Cullen, who, for those of you that are curious, Lindsay, I don't even remember when you took the training at my yoga studio, but prior to me doing what I do, I used to own a yoga studio in Boulder County in downtown Louisville, and I used to teach all kinds of yoga and aerial yoga. And so Lindsay and I hooked up through one of the trainings there, and then we haven't seen each other or really talked since. It's, how many years has it been?
I was just trying to think. I think it was, 2014 maybe?
Yeah.
If not longer.
Yeah. Yeah. So just so if you're curious, Lindsay and I have not talked up until a few moments prior to us going live. And Lindsay is keeping her audio off. Those of you, or video off, those of you that are on Instagram right now, I'm doing a live shamanic journey for somebody that volunteered to allow others to experience and sit in on what a shamanic journey is and what the healing experience you can receive from it. So Lindsay's never had a shamanic journey before. And so we're going to go through the entire process as if she is a new client of mine. So those of you that are curious about working with me and are curious about registering with my 1-month course, this is basically what you'll learn on how to do and how to go into that space. So Lindsay can see me. She can also hear me. And so Lindsay, I basically will be wearing this mask and my eyes are going to be completely closed. Once we go into journey space with the intention, and we'll create that together in just a moment. And basically what I do is, with the question that we ask, I ask my guides, your guides, what it is that we need and you need to know, do, see, feel, or heal in order for you to have the intention or be the intention that you have been wanting through this session. And then what I'll do is I'll put this mask on, or I'll close my eyes, but today I'll wear my mask, and I put on drumming music. And what it does is it helps me and anybody, if those of you are curious and have never meditated with drumming music, it's very powerful to help check the left side of the brain out and completely open and activate your imagination, your right side. And so I basically am a resource for them to communicate through me for you. And so I never know what a session is going to be like. I have no idea what information is going to come through. I merely just attempt to be as present as possible to what I am feeling and what they are saying, what I am hearing, what I get a sense of knowing about, and I translate it as fast as I can, as best as I possibly can through my words. I will be holding on to a clear quartz crystal the entire time of the session. And so clear quartz crystals they're like sound sound or drives, so to say. They're like a Google Drive, so to say. And so the information and the frequency and the energy that comes through during the session will enter into the crystal. And then at the end of the session, I blow the information and the downloads into the crown of your head and into your heart. Now, I don't need to be in physical space with you. You are miles and miles away from me. And that's where we get into the realm of what shamanism really is. And it's tapping into that multidimensional reality where I am able to receive information from the past, from the present, and from the future that can be of support to you, given the intention that you ask. So, with that being said, Lindsay, what is it that you are wanting to receive from this session today? And I want you to base it off of your bottom line. And so what I mean by that is, you know, what do you want to be experiencing at the end? What end result? Is it bringing money in? Is it a new relationship? Is it, you know, whatever it is? Let's start with that, and then we can really help curate. I can help curate the most simplest way of us asking it.
How about allowing myself to be and stay open to any healing that's available for me right now?
Okay.
Is that kind of, is that going to work for a question?
There's no question that doesn't work. that is, you know, incorrect or wrong. What I'm hearing you say is that you're wanting to be in a state of allowance. You want to allow any form of healing for yourself right now at this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a general healing. Wonderful. Now, Lindsay, you are able to ask me any questions throughout the session. I may ask you some questions. Deceased loved ones can come through. Typically, I can feel when I know that they are a deceased loved one. But I'll try and explain them as best as I possibly can. And you're welcome to ask me any questions at any time. Okay. Pay attention to the way that you are feeling right now, your mental state, your emotional state, your physical state, if there's any tightness in your body in any places. And just notice what you're feeling now, and notice what you will be experiencing or feeling at the end of the session. Sometimes the information that comes through, you can feel the energy at the same time. So,
and can we add, Raven, in some way, can we add balance to that question? That word just keeps repeating itself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So balance and open to any and all healing. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is exciting.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's get the music going in the background. Okay, you can still hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I've already called my guides in. I love it. We basically started at 11:11. All right. Here we go. Spirit guides, guardians, ascended masters, please join me. Power animals, directions, elements, please step in. We make our way to the sacred tree and we bring her an offering. We ask that we may enter on behalf of Lindsay, and we are granted. We make our way through middle world, lower world, and out to the galactic space. And I call out that I'm looking for any soul parts, any helping spirits, any messages that are ready to come through at this time, given that Lindsay is looking to experience, create more opening, for her to receive healing on all and any levels, as well as finding balance in whatever way, shape, or form that may be for her highest good. And please, with ease and grace. Lindsay, can you do me a favor and say your full name out loud, middle name included, 3 times for me?
Lindsay Marie Cullen. Lindsay Marie Cullen. Lindsay Marie Cullen.
Thank you. So I do want everybody to know that is watching this right now. The only thing that I do know about Lindsay is that Lindsay did share with me that she has been sick for 4 years now. She hasn't told me with what. That's the only thing that I do know. First thing that I get, Lindsay, is this image of you. It feels like there's very low energy, very like difficult, almost like difficulty breathing, and it feels as if your movements are very slow. It feels like your weight, like your body feels very heavy. It feels like things are very hard in general just to do. And that there is just this really strong, like you have this really beautiful sense of gratitude to you. And they're almost showing me like, I don't know if you're like your son coming over. I know your son has a little one. And like you're like peeking out the window. You're not outside. You're peeking out the window and you're watching them play. So I'm going to ask what this is about and why they're showing this to me at this time. I have goosebumps all over my body. It feels like, and now I'm getting some pressure in my head. Like there's some downloads forming into the crown. But there's a really strong messaging around your guides being with you, around you. They want you to know that they've been there. They're just with you all of the time. I don't know if what your house is like. There's like a dark hallway, or like the sun. There's just no windows in the hallway. It looks like the floor is carpeted. I don't know if you have like, what are they called? Like slippers. They're showing me like slippers. Like, I don't know if do you have slippers? Is that like a big thing? Do you walk around with slippers all the time?
I'm usually barefoot.
That's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to ask what this is about and why they're showing this to me in this way. Okay, I'm getting slippers. I'm also getting that this might be, this almost feels like family member, grandfather, grandmother sort of energy, but it feels like it's interesting because it's kind of flickering back and forth with like you. And this, it almost seems like a sort of kind of shuffling, slower walk that's coming through. So let me see if I can get some more information about this and why this is being brought through at this time. So the connection that I'm getting from the image that they're showing me is like, it feels almost like a ancestral connection with, I don't know, it almost feels like it's both grandmother, grandfather sort of energy. And it almost feels like there's also this idea around your health and your wealth, this idea around like the body breaks down around this certain time and there's nothing that you can do. And it's like that old adage, not adage, but like, this is something that I remember growing up with my mother. It's like, you get old and your muscles break down. You get older and everything just starts falling apart. That's what it is. Everything just starts falling apart. Sort of belief system. So this is coming through. It feels like, then they're showing me like the veins, like blood vessels, like constricted. So I'm going to ask what this is about and why they're showing this to me at this time. Now they're showing me you kind of like lying down, and there's just, it feels like heaviness over the head. Like there's just this, what is it? The brain feels a little clouded and overthinking sort of energy. And now they're directing me down into the solar plexus. It just feels like there's this shutdown. Like things feel like they're shutting down. And I'm feeling this like pressure in the heart center, like it just feels like things are closing in. So I'm going to have my guides come in and just do some work, and I'm also going to send some long distance Reiki on the heart center. I'm also getting a little subconscious energy, so I'm going to have my guides help clear this up. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm walking through this with you. I'm holding the torch. And nothing is going to come through that you're not ready to see, feel, hear, or do at this time. It feels like there's this energy of feeling powerless over like the change of what you can do for your body. As if, again, there's just this, well, this is just what happens, and sort of story. You get older and everything falls apart, and just this like, I hear confusion of why this is happening to me. And then I'm just seeing like arms like going up in the air, like I've tried everything, I don't understand, sort of thing. And then it just seems like there's just this frustrating energy, and it's like pacing. And then I just see your guides standing around you in a circle, and they're just holding this space for you. It's like they're watching you work on figuring this out, and it feels very much like a, I mean, this is about your spiritual evolution. This is about you just feel like I want to cry right now, and I just feel this shooting energy wanting to come up, like it's everything around you not feeling good. It just feels like there has been, not that you haven't looked at your spirituality, but it feels like that hasn't really been part of the equation, of you feeling and connecting. And it's just like there's just this like, it's like that you don't realize how much closer they are to you, how much they are within you, how you can activate, talk to them, tap into them, ask for help, ask for support. So all of these pieces jump into the crystal. I'm just going to take a look at your root chakra. And they were showing this to me before when you were asking for balance. It was like everything feels a little uneven. I see you balancing on your left leg with your right leg up. So I'm going to ask what this is about and why. So this feels really strong, shot right up into the heart center. And this is like, there's an interesting disconnect. Like you're on your left side, which is, it's like this feminine side, like you're like the structures, the boundaries, healthy boundaries in your life and relationships with men, with family, like for yourself, that feels like a really strong hit, that is connected around the heart center. And the boundaries for yourself, the boundaries for like your needs, Lindsay's needs, not anybody else's. So they're showing me flamingo now. So we'll look at flamingo power animal at the end of the session. See if there's anything else that wants to come through around this. It's like, it's interesting. There's just, as I'm seeing, you're like trying to put your right foot down and it feels like there's just this fear around it. And then I'm seeing this energy, like there's this fear to stand. Like there's this like fear of it's like this root, do I have a right to be here? Do I have a right to take up this space? You know, again, balancing on one foot and on the left side, very feminine. I don't know if there was some form of physical or verbal abuse in the past, but I'm definitely getting a direct hit around the solar plexus as that kind of comes up. So this piece jumps into the crystal, and it's just like I'm seeing you focus on getting the leg down and just putting the leg down and feeling the feet in the earth, feeling yourself. And even like you could do this now or after the session, when you're feeling, it's like when you're not feeling in your power. It just feels like your battery's very low. And now I'm getting like really shaky. Like this is a really big download. This is a really big, something you've been ready for quite some time. My whole body is starting to shake. You don't have to answer this. I don't know if this is something that you've been really kind of like, should I stay or should I go? Sort of energy, because when it comes down to it, quality of life has everything to do with quality of health, and the things that you've been experiencing have been very uncomfortable and frustrating and just emotionally, like I hear emotionally abusive, but it's just really taxing. So they just want you to know they're with you. And this, again, it comes down to like, this is your spiritual journey. This is your evolution that you're going through. And that's what this really feels. Again, it's like, this is about you. This is not about anybody else. And it just, again, this healing process or whatever it is that you have been doing with these 4 years, it just feels like it's been around everybody else, not you. So all these pieces jump into the crystal. You definitely have some, I mean, we all have angels, but there's a big one that's coming behind you and they're putting their hands over your shoulders right now. It's like I feel like there's just this energy, like you're just holding everything in the heart, holding everything in the chest cavity. And so they are, it's like they don't, it's like they're like, let it go, release it out, don't bottle it up, don't hold on to it. That almost feels like another constriction. Like now they're showing me the veins again. There's like inflammation taking place because there's not processing of the emotions that you're feeling. Like feel it, let it out. You are so gifted. You are so extremely talented. And it's like, I'm hearing this, like, what is my worth? Why am I here? What has my purpose been? It's like, that feels like it's underneath it all. Underneath it all. It's not like the food to take, it's the questions to ask that will get you to that stimulating new medicine, new emotional medicine, new transformation, transmutation from it. They say offer it up, offer it up. You're not offering it up. You're not asking for help. You're not allowing us to be a part of this process with you. We're standing like soldiers ready to support. And that's when it's like as soon as you say yes, and that's even like this was an example of them bringing you together, bringing you here and getting like a ringing in the right ear, like a pressure shift. Getting like insane downloads in my body. It just feels like big waves of energy coming through. You've not been forgotten. You were never forgotten, they say. And now there's someone or something that's like holding your hands, trying to get you to feel them. I'm getting a lot of mother energy, matriarchal mother line coming through now at this time. And that, I feel like that's like, massive confusion in like the third eye area right now. It feels just like all these stories around what you have been able to see, your intuition, your psychic ability, that has just been blocked. And that's what's wanting to also come through, is to just embrace this part of you, embrace this gift, this side that it's like the fragmented pieces that want to become whole. I'm getting a couple bits of like moments from high school coming through. It's kind of vague at this point. I don't know, there's something about a car. Something about a car, maybe a boyfriend, an experience in a car that's wanting to come through. It feels like it's a memory, a really strong memory that's wanting to, that's part of this healing process for you on all levels, and what you're going through and what you're ready to transform out of. So this piece jumps into the crystal. Lindsay, is there any questions that you would like to ask at this time?
No, no questions.
Getting some energy in the throat area. I saw a lion just after you said no questions. So we'll take a look at lion power animal. And then I got like, I don't know if your son's father, there's some form of interesting, I just like saw a flash of a man, and then like your son, it's like this line of them. I'm going to ask what this is about and why they're showing this to me at this time. I don't know. It's like there's a phone connected. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but it's like there's some type of connection, like with phone, and it's almost like your son's like listening in or concerned, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure. It feels confusing the way that it's being brought through. It feels symbolic. Now my throat's like kind of burny.
Me too.
I'm going to just have my psychic surgeon come in and just do some work on the throat area. I don't know what that is, but we'll just table that. Maybe that's something that means to you.
There's
Go ahead.
It's kind of my sign for me when I can't surrender. So how do I lift that?
That's the part of your side that you can't surrender?
That burning throat. Yeah.
Okay, the burning throat. Okay. So how do we get into that? How do we heal to that? How do we surrender to that? I mean, I got a lot of anger coming through with that one, honey. It feels like a lot of anger. I'm seeing rage. I'm seeing anger. I'm feeling like mad. I'm seeing, again, there's just this, it feels like there is anger inside of you that you have not in some way, shape, or form given yourself permission to feel, to release, to translate, to transmute. And it almost feels like even just acknowledging that you're fucking pissed, acknowledging that you feel a certain way, it feels like the alchemical process will start beginning. And what they're showing to me is like the alchemical process is also going to show up outside of you. So like coincidence, serendipitous circumstances that are just so incredibly undeniable that you have to start feeling that you are so extremely loved that the world is turning it upside down just so that you can see it, just so that you can feel that they are working to support you, to help release and create peace. It's like, but the first piece is acknowledging that you have it and giving yourself permission to feel the anger. You've really, really, really good at shutting it down. And that's what they're showing me is it bottles up, goes into the throat, and you block it. It's like it gets stored in there. It goes boom, stored in there. So it's just like it's like this form of a magnet. So anything that you're feeling, it just sucks it up.
And is that related to the pressure in my head too?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So all these pieces jump into the crystal. I'm going to have my guides take us back from where we are to where we began. We're moving out of the galactic space through lower world, middle world, back into our bodies. I'm going to blow these parts into the crown of your head and into your heart. And I'm going to rattle to bring all parts of me back to me, all parts of you back to you. I'm going to stop the recording for the music. Okay. So, Lindsay, how are you feeling right now?
I don't know. Validated in an interesting way, very validated. Yeah.
Do you mind sharing? I have no idea was how that was for you. What information came through that that was confirming?
Well, so I, like I had mentioned to you, I've been sick for years now, and I've been to about every medical specialist you can go to. I've gone to countless holistic doctors. I've done all the ozone therapies, hyperbaric chamber. I mean, I've done it all, just trying to figure out what's going on. And about a year and a half ago, I finally accepted that this is mine to heal because nobody knows what's going on. And um, just to hear that, I guess what I got from you was that I got this. And um, sorry, I just trying
Don't
to slow down.
apologize. I'm holding the space for you, honey. This is big.
You kept talking about the pressure in my head, and that's one of my main symptoms. Is I will get so much pressure in my head that I can't even see out of my left eye. And you're talking about like the heaviness, and it's just like just doing my day takes every ounce of me. But just to hear that there is that support, and I've always, I guess, I know I've always known that there is a huge support, that I have a very strong soul council, and I've never questioned that. Um, I think I shut off that connection because it was just exhausting to maintain a practice of, uh, yeah, because it's a daily practice of connection and gratitude, and I just kind of shut off because it was time just to survive. And I don't know if anything I'm saying right now is making sense, but um, yeah, the all the so you literally named almost every single symptom I have, and I guess for me it was just kind of confirmation that to heal this is within me, and I need to maybe trust myself a little bit more.
Yes. Wow, sister.
Thank you, Ray.
Oh my God, it's such an honor. It's such an honor. Let me read to you the peacock.
Okay.
Or not the peacock, the flamingo, excuse me. The flamingo and the lion came through for you. So we'll read that. Okay. So it says flamingo shows up. When flamingo shows up, it means avoid loud, noisy events, which is pretty easy to do right now. And any chaotic or frenzied situations. The next thing it says is be ruthlessly honest with yourself as you check in and see if you're following your inner truth. It says significantly increase the amount of vegetables in your diet that contain beta carotene, such as carrots, broccolis, and spinach, before taking action on the question before you. I love this. Balance the information you're getting psychically or intuitively by thinking it through carefully and logically. And then you've been isolating yourself for too long. It's now time to seek out the company and companionship of others. Are you in connection with your son's father?
Yeah.
Are you guys
Yes.
friends?
That would be the abusive part you're picking up on. I don't know.
So that's the chain. Okay. Okay. Okay, so call on flamingo when. So, but those of you that are watching, when I say call on a power animal, you can imagine it, you can think of it, you can say it. You can say it out loud, you can say it in your head, okay? I'm calling the flamingo into this situation right now, or I'm asking the flamingo to join me just like you do, and you can do with your guides. I'm calling my guides in. I'm allowing you to participate. I'm allowing you, with my free will, I give you permission, to interject, to help bring ease and grace, to help direct me, to whatever it is that you are needing. And in this case, healing. So call on flamingo when you've been called to do any sort of performance or audition. You're involved in any activity with a large group of people and you're nervous about it. You want to sort and sift through those people and elements in your life that are neither compatible with your philosophy and sensibilities or not. And you're courting or attracted to someone whom you're quite serious about and are willing to move slowly toward a possible intimate relationship with. And you need a healing of the heart, which I think is probably the last most poignant one, either emotionally or physically. So calling on flamingo to help you emotionally and physically heal. And then the lion, I'm going to pull you a card too, sweetheart. The lion says, hold your head up high and keep your dignity no matter what you're faced with. You are much stronger than you think you are, and not to use your emotional strength in the situation. Call upon the well courage that's available to you to confront this uncomfortable situation. Listen closely and discern carefully before acting rather than moving ahead impulsively and recklessly. And when faced with a tough decision, follow your heart rather than what you think you should do. Okay. And then call on lions. So again, just imagining the lion. Jane says it also means you needing to release emotions and let them go, be your guidance in your life, is what Jane is saying. Beautiful. Thank you for adding that. Call on lion when you feel particularly stressed or beaten down by any situation, which I'm sure this is making you feel. And you want to boost your sense of power and sense of confidence to deal with these circumstances. And your dignity and integrity have been called into question, and you want to recapture your self-respect. You've been called upon to assume a position of authority or leadership, which I believe is in your life. And you've taken on a project that at first seems overwhelming, even though you know you have the necessary skills and intelligence to complete it. I'm going to pull you from the divine feminine. Okay. And so I pulled this beautiful card, Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. And so this is the card. Kimberly says, my heart goes out to you. Let go of stressful situations and remove anyone in your life who only causes you pain and suffering. Yes. All right, let's look up Hestia. I don't know if you can feel the love bombs, but I feel like those that have been watching this are sending you a tremendous amount of love and energy and support. I just have goosebumps.
Oh, I can feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. So when your soul selects this card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary, right? You were just talking about that. You're like, I've tried everything outside of myself, and now, this session was confirmation I need to do this inside.
Yeah.
It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us, to seek those situations that allow us to feel, just as Jane was saying, a sense of being home. She wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else, excuse me. Of all the wild and crazy adventurous Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama-free. She's the one who can be counted on, the one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. She's your grandmother goddess. She's the energy that whispers for you to just get cozy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea, sit before the fire of all that you've accomplished, and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade through your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe in calling your body home. She wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. She wants you to come home to yourself and to give yourself the love that you effortlessly offer others. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. Jane says, use your heart to guide you in making the best decisions. Always trust you. Trust and believe in the power of love. Yeah. And I feel like that was kind of the theme for you today.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you, Raven.
You are so very welcome. I told Lindsay, those of you that were on the live yesterday, I have them still here. I wrote everybody's name down on a piece of paper and folded them up and I shuffled them, but I knew I knew it was going to be you. I had a message in the guides earlier that it was going to be you. And so when I don't know if you go back to the replay, but I opened it and I like had this grin, like, I knew it. It's for Lindsay. So I just want to thank you. And I'm sure those that are watching this live with you now, and we'll be watching this as a recording. Thank you for being so vulnerable to allow all of us to see your journey back to yourself. So thank you.
Thank you. Wow. You're amazing.
Thank you. This is what I live and breathe and eat and desires to be of assistance in this way. If you guys can't already tell, and you know, can't already feel, but that's what this journey is. And Lindsay, I want to invite you to be a part of this process with us. If you're feeling called, I would love to have you in the 1 month course with us. Most of the women that are on this, that are watching the live, are also in the school. We've got 15 plus women that have already registered. And I believe now is the time for all of us to come together and support each other and let go of trying to pretend like we're all okay and that we all have the same wounds. They just look different in our own life experiences. So it'd be an honor to be a part of this journey, have you a part of this journey with us. And so I want to gift you with that month on me if you're open to it.
I'm absolutely open to it. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh.
So keep an eye on how you feel for the rest of the day. Please leave us some comments on, if there's any other connections that were in the session, that sometimes they kind of sprout up through the remainder of the day. You may have crazy dreams. You might feel better. Some of the symptoms that you are experiencing may decrease a little. So just keep an eye on all of that, and we'd love to hear how the medicine is continuing to be working with you.
Thank you. And I want to say, I didn't know if during the session how much I was supposed to be interacting or not, but you're there, Mama. Everything you said about, I mean, you just nailed so much. You got it. Thank you.
Yes, well, I appreciate that. Thank you for allowing me to do this with you. It really is an honor. And for those of you that are curious, this is what a session looks like. This is the impact that it can make. What I do is no joke. I'm proud of what I do. I'm no longer afraid to share this. And I'm not hiding anymore. So if you guys are feeling called to connect and to work and go into that space and learn how to do it yourself, and not have me, but learn how to do it yourself, then join me in this 1 month intro to shamanism workshop with a bunch of light workers and way showers and wizards just like you that are ready to untap and unlock their power and their mission. So thank you guys so much. Please leave any comments that you would like to in the live, and we'll see you guys really soon. And Lindsay, I'm going to cut this off and then you and I will connect for a second. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Instagram. Was watching. Don't hesitate to reach out. I will put the link to where you can register and ask me questions if you need to. Till then, guys. Okay, let's see. I don't want to share my photos. I just want to end this. Hold on, we'll start with one on Facebook.